really cool.
No problemo.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Even with Jules and his amazing guitar. Actually, I saw an interview. It wasn't kind of interview, like on Rough Trade. It was, yeah, it was you and you were picking up records.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember that?
I remember that.
You picked up actually an amazing one, Grateful Dead.
Oh yeah.
You did?
Was it?
Didn't like my selection.
Yours was amazing.
You got something good as well.
It was Marvin Gaye, I remember. It was Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
And it was, what was the other one?
The other one.
I know Marvin Gaye was because I love him a lot.
Cast your minds back.
That'd be amazing if I could
Oh, do I have it here?
What Grateful Dead record was it?
And Nick Drake, Pink Moon.
Nick Drake.
That's an amazing album. That's
Good
very
choice.
sad.
Good choice.
I love it.
Past
Just
life,
to
Jules.
Stay in bed and cry, but I love him very much. Yeah, lots
It's such a
of
wintry night kind of album.
Yeah. But he said like you really liked the Jerry's guitar, the Grateful Dead.
Big inspiration.
Yeah.
And Bob's. But
So,
Less Bob.
I love Bob's phone. Really, yeah.
so if you didn't do the like a version, I Will Always Love You, maybe you could do a Grateful Dead one.
Maybe.
Which Grateful Dead song will we do, Pat?
The National are around here somewhere, and they always do those tribute albums to the Grateful Dead.
Do they?
Do they?
Yeah, I don't know
That's
that. The Dressner brothers, they have like a compilation, and they ask bands to cover a song from the Grateful Dead. So maybe you should do
Cool.
one.
I'd love to.
We should
Yeah,
approach them after
you
the
should
show.
talk with them and just please give them one song.
I don't know if we could do a Grateful Dead song justice.
It's really hard, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Such a vibe.
Yeah, I mean they play circles around this like the instruments.
And they just have this like, really, I feel like anything we did to the Grateful Dead would seem stiff and like, it'd be really hard to capture that.
Maybe you couldn't do like your flow around it a little bit. I think you could do.
Not as well.
Because I really love the I Will Always Love You. Why did you pick that Whitney Houston song?
It's a great song. It's one of the greats.
And actually the way you picked the song and turned it into your own, it almost reminded me, I'm sorry, it was almost like a Roxy Music song.
Yeah.
It turned.
It's an interesting
Yeah.
comparison.
That is a
I thought
band
it's like
that I have
the vocals,
no
they were a little
idea
bit
about.
like a crooner or something like that, a little bit more aggressive. It was Roxy Music in the 70s.
Okay.
People say that to like us a lot, but I've never listened to Roxy music.
We listen to Roxy music in Australia.
You like that?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't like one of the big influences,
What's the
I think.
comparison?
Just that we sound like it, or like channel it a bit, or something.
The vocals? I've
No, I
only
think
ever
the feeling
heard
of the song, it was, for me, it was one of the oldest songs, like the greatest songs of Roxy Music in the beginning. It was really great. I loved it a lot.
Thank you very much.
And obviously I wasn't expecting that one. So do you like those pop songs from like the 80s? Obviously you do, because of the music you play.
There's
But
great
with,
pop
like
songs.
Whitney Houston, I wasn't expecting that. But
Yeah, we were listening to the Dolly Parton one, which
Oh, Dolly Parton.
I think that's what inspired the cover.
that version is super inspiring. Yeah.
That's really cool, yeah. And Dolly Parton is like country music is starting to come again,
Yeah,
like
weirdly.
making it come up.
It's warped away.
Yeah. No, it's not, but to the mainstream.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
it
it's
is.
just like really, really polished now,
Yeah.
like with really perfectly crisp recordings with auto-tune, so
Which is a little bit
it's off-putting.
disturbing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Somehow, you know, that when country
Yeah,
gets too
it's
polished,
too
it starts
polished.
to smell.
Where's the dirt, you know?
Yeah, but I like one guy that's doing that. It's called Orville Peck. You don't know him?
No.
It's just amazing. He's like a gay cowboy.
Okay.
And
It's
he-
a good picture.
Yeah, it's just, he wears like a mask. And it's just like, he's breaking all the rules, and it's really cool because
Oh, that's nice.
he plays really rough, like country, but with a little kind of Johnny Cash kind of thing, like Chris Isaac. He's crazy. It's really, really, really good.
Okay.
So it's really fun. So just a little bit of information that doesn't mean anything, but so let's talk a little bit about your album, Parcels. First thing, why do the song names are just all together? just for an easy hashtag? Or
Easy hashtag. That's a good one. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
It was. Oh, you tell him. I just lost inspiration halfway through.
Oh no. It came from
great.
the start of the band when we were creating all of our music. Like when we first started the band, we were just messing around with creating electronic music on a computer.
GarageBand.
On GarageBand, the program.
That was Jules's interlude.
Yeah.
Now back to the story.
Oh, you've thrown me off with GarageBand.
come on,
Now I'm in this like,
He had a flow.
yeah.
Pat's spacebar didn't work.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't know why I was trying to elaborate so much.
Someone
My spacebar wasn't working when we were bouncing out all the original tracks, and then we would start to play with the words to try and make them one word that actually sounds good, and it was fun.
and it makes new words, and it's still
It is.
fun. Someone pointed out to me the other day that it's good search engine optimization because if you just search
okay.
lighten up
Okay.
as 2 separate words,
If
much
I
further
Google with
down.
or without you, I'm gonna get you too.
exactly.
But does
No.
Google take the spaces into account?
Well, when you
Yeah.
remove the spaces,
You move the
our
spaces.
songs come up first immediately.
It's not very good for auto correction on iPhones though.
It's true.
That's true. When you're making
Oh,
the set
yeah.
lists.
Yeah, on iPhones it gives an error.
Although my phone knows all the song titles now through setlist making, so
If you're a true fan out there, you would have
You would have
machines learn.
so, okay, can I just take one thing out of the picture immediately because you're always talking about it, but I want to address it in another way. The Berlin thing, you're being Australian, and I think most people kind of catch when I see your interviews that you don't like Australian music, and I don't feel like it's what you want to say, but it comes out that way.
Who wrote that?
Like,
Who
yeah,
said that? Probably the hooligans over here.
I'm not
Used to
gonna
love
say
Australian
it,
music.
but I don't really think that. We were talking about like Julie Jacqueline, she's absolutely amazing.
Yep.
You have, I love
King Gizzo and the
my-
Lizard Wizzo.
Yeah, that's her favorite band.
Gizzard Lizard Wizard.
Oh, that's her favorite
Got
band.
the bag.
Nick Cave, conversations with Nick Cave.
Oh yeah, Nick Cave, I love him very much, and he. I have a tattoo to prove it, yeah. And I love him to death. And he went to Berlin too. So it has a different story. It's not just the thing of you just getting out of Australia, going to Europe, because the story is always the same, but it's more complex than that. It's just not that simple. I kind of think like when people talk about that, about you, oh, the Australian band that went to Berlin, signed with a French label and plays pop music.
But you want to know the
so
details?
restrictive, and I think you're so much bigger than that. And your music has so much layers and so many influences that is like the face of Berlin in the 70s mainly, and in the 80s. And it compiles so much music, like funk, like electronic nowadays, but the punk scene with Nick and with Iggy Pop and stuff like that, that was iconic. It was, everyone went to Berlin, so it's not like something so strange like that.
I think maybe we just feel a little bit embarrassed because there's so many Australians going to Berlin, and we just feel like a part of this big pack. And also, like, we didn't immerse ourselves completely in the culture of like, I don't know, we weren't in this huge scene in Berlin and immerse ourselves hugely. So I don't know, we've just been in Berlin doing our own thing all together. So yeah, I guess that's why we're not answering that question so vividly.
You're doing your thing.
Yeah, we're doing our own thing.
Doing our own thing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And one thing I saw that concert, and I think it was amazing, the one you did with Air.
You were
How did you
there?
feel? No.
Ah, you just saw it. You
Yeah.
heard of it. That was
Was
a
it?
It
beautiful.
was a beautiful show. You should have been there.
Yeah, I should, right?
There was one moment
I can't
when we first got there,
Yeah.
and because we're just massive fans of Air, we've been listening to them since, I don't know, birth basically. And one of the guys, we just arrived to this beautiful old Coliseum deal.
Yeah.
So amazing. And we sat down and watched Air kind of set up and sound check. And then they both well, no, one of them walked over to us slowly and was really kind and, I don't know, introduced himself, and I don't know, it was just like a magical moment for me, finally meeting one of my...
You know what air means? Like...
Yeah.
No.
What do you
like
mean?
AIR?
It doesn't mean air, like air.
Is it an acronym or something?
It's an acronym. Yeah,
What is
it means, okay, it's in French. It means amour,
Love.
imagination, et rêve, which is dream.
What is it? Just what?
Amour, love, imagination, and rêve, dream.
Dreams.
Wow.
Wow. Love,
Beautiful.
imagination, and
Air.
dreams.
Didn't know that.
Air.
That's bold.
So that's almost what you described, the feeling of being
That
in
moment
a
of
concert.
meeting air was an air in
It
itself.
was an air moment. Yeah, really, that's amazing. So how does these bands and all the other bands you listen to, you picked an album, which one? Was a rap one also. How does all these
would have
music...
been NWA or
NWA.
Dre. I think it was Dre. I don't remember this.
I think it was NWA.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah, that
That kind of rings... Yeah,
But actually, I would have chosen Dre if
Dre.
it was there. I mean, we were just going through it. Not that I don't like NWA.
yeah, because it was...
Dre, but I love Dre.
Yeah. But you know, we all have influences since we are young, so we can't run away from them. It's just stupid not to say that. But you were saying like Roxy music's not a big influence. Obviously for you, you know, that's what I heard from the music.
Yeah.
So tell me just a few you really love.
Bands that we love.
I think Al Green. I think...
Oh, El Green, that's so good. I saw El Green just like
Live.
yeah,
Nice.
in New York in a couple of months.
Wow.
And yeah.
You saw him previously,
Like-
or you will
No,
see him?
it was like in May, in the beginning of May.
How was it?
It was amazing. It was like a dream come true. It's
he's
like
still
Al
touring.
Green, Reverend Al Green.
he's
How
still
am I
going?
gonna? Yeah, it was his final tour, so I really wanted to see it.
Wow.
So
Al
that's
Green. Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder. Yeah, that's
Fleetwood Mac.
like,
Yeah.
Help me out, boys.
Leonard Cohen, Bob Dylan, like Paul
Leonard.
Simon.
Oh, keep going. Are you reading me?
Oh, you got
Hey, beautiful losers.
He's reading me. Oh my.
This
Get
last
it.
one better be good.
Voracious question.
Veracity at
which
its
one
finest.
When I want to do, I just wanted to talk about two songs, but okay, With or Without You.
Yes.
You know,
U2.
The U2 song.
songs that I love, like Nup, I know how I feel, I think it's amazing, the lyrics. But With or Without You, the video, I have to talk about Milla Jovovich. The way you met her on a film festival.
Yeah.
You were playing there.
Yeah,
And how did that
Cannes.
come up? The video is just amazing. You went with that just like whatever you want to
Kinda
do,
Louis'
we're gonna do it
passion.
because that was brilliant. I'm afraid of you in a video.
Yeah. Pat,
Should be.
Pat plays
Yeah.
a killer pretty well. She loves horror movies, and I love horror movies, and I've subjected the boys to a lot of horror movies over the
I'm
years.
scared of horror.
Yeah.
I'll play along.
He's forced it into my psyche. I love
Yeah, I just
What's your
loaded. I
favorite
loaded
horror
up the
movie?
bus with just
What's your
horror
favorite
movies.
horror movie?
Favorite horror movie.
we're done.
Fuck.
Go on, mate.
it. You're next.
Shining, I reckon. Shining's my favorite.
Jack Nicholson, that is amazing.
The classic.
Classic. Guys, thank you so much.
No worries.
I love this. I would just chat.
Cheers.